Things are just popping right now, yeah. Welcome in, I am the CryptoBullGod, and in today's video, I will solidify in your mind why Bitcoin is setting up to go parabolic. Just a quick disclosure that none of what I'm sharing is financial advice. I'm simply looking to educate and to help others. And with that in mind, I've been on this channel for a couple years providing free, logical, non-hype content. I need your help today. You need to hit the thumbs up button. You need to drop me a comment, engage with me, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon. We need to get this content out to more people, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on YouTube. Let's spread this stuff out there. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know I've said two things about charts. First off, lower time frame bullish momentum, if sustained, carries over into the higher time frame charts. Secondly, charts tell a narrative. They paint a picture. What I am aiming to do today is to simply take two things. You know we keep it stupid simple on this channel. Two charts. I'm going to combine the view. No, we're not talking about Voltron. We're talking about TA and charts. I'm going to take those two charts. I'm going to combine them together, and they're going to create a macro perspective view for you to help you feel solidified that we are about to go parabolic in Bitcoin and all of crypto. So with that being said, let's get into it. Whoop. Shirt change. Fun fact, CryptoBullGod, did you know that this shirt right here, it was actually made in Honduras, and Honduras is rumored to be accepting Bitcoin as legal tender. So just thought I'd let you and everyone else know that. So the first chart that we're going to be looking at is the 12-hour. If you've been subscribed to this channel, you know I'm the only one covering this view and the historical significance behind it. I will leave a link in the description for two videos that I think are very critical that you watch the entirety of to fully understand why I'm looking at this chart, okay? So the punchline of what I was getting at in those charts is that this green vertical line represents when we got a candle body close below the 200 simple moving average. We further felt convicted based on historical data. Once we saw the death cross occur here, we felt very convicted that we would see sustained price action below the 200 simple moving average for an extended period of time. In fact, I calculated a range for everyone. I said between 51 to 132 days was the expectation based on prior data. Look where we're at right now. Look at the two orange vertical lines. We expected to stay below this pink 200 simple moving average between January 24th to April 15th. April 15th is closely approaching. That is approximately what? Well, not approximately. It's in 20 days, right? So what are we seeing right now in the price action? We have an ascending triangle that I've pointed out. This is why you should follow me on Twitter and YouTube. I've been here pointing this out for a while now on the 12-hour view. Now, the more we hit this ceiling, you should know, the more we hit this ceiling, okay, as the green candlesticks are hitting that ceiling, it is breaking down the foundation of the ceiling, and the ceiling eventually wants to cave in, and price wants to shoot up, okay? And it's common for price to backtest the prior area of resistance as support and continue moving up, okay? So it is very bullish at the moment to see that price is remaining above the 200 simple moving average, okay? This is very, very bullish. The other thing I want to point out to you, okay, is that Bitcoin is a very volatile asset. So as much as the first thing, this is the first thing we want to look at on this chart, we want to see price action remain above the 200 simple moving average. But don't get faked out on a potential move that could result in price being temporarily below the 200 simple moving average. Here's what I mean by this. We're not going to go back to every historical point, but I'm going to use the most recent time to illustrate my point. This price action that we saw during the pandemic in March of 2020, you can see we got candle body closes below the 200 simple moving average. We got our death cross, so we knew we'd be under here for an extended period of time. We were under here for 51 days, okay? Now, once we resumed price action above this 200 simple moving average right here, you can see we rode above it, right? We stayed above it. Look what happened in September of that year. We actually had prices dip below the 200 simple moving average and kind of just, you know, the best way to explain it, just sort of rode this line for a little bit before we moved up. So the reason I bring this up is I don't want you to take away from this video that now that we're back above the 200 simple moving average, that the sky is falling if all of a sudden we temporarily dip slightly below it, okay? What would be alarming, the one thing that would be alarming, is if we came up here, broke below the 200 simple moving average, created a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, and a lower low. That would be very bad. That would be very bad. Not my expectation, but something to watch for. Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out here, and I want to make sure this point is very, very clear, because I think there are some basic things within TA that a lot of people listening to this channel really just don't generally understand. It is very, very good, very, very good to see that the 200, the pink line, the 200 simple moving average, it's gone from this declining line to kind of flattening out. That is very good to see, okay? And the same thing with the 50 simple moving average. Now, why has this actually happened, okay? Look at the 50 simple moving average as an example. The 50 simple moving average literally just represents the average prior 50 candlesticks worth of price action, and then it just plots a point right on that chart right there. Just sticks a little point right on the chart, okay? So it makes sense that when we saw continued price movements down, that's what was leading, okay? When we saw a huge correction from 70,000 or 69,000 down to 33,000, it made sense that both of these lines, because the price action was declining, well, now the lines are declining a lot in value, right? Now that we've gotten all of this consolidation during all the saltiness, when everyone was getting salty, we were creating a high and some higher lows and a high. Basically, price is leveling out here. Because price data is leveling out, it has then, in turn, caused the moving averages to level out as well. This is very good to see. So what I've shown here is the next thing to look for. Again, we want price action. Step one is for price action to be above the 200 simple moving average. We have that. Check. Okay. The next thing we want to see is a golden cross. So we want the 50 to cross above the 200 simple moving average. When that happens, we can feel convicted based on history. If you go back in history and look at when that has happened on the 12-hour chart, we can feel convicted that most likely we will see sustained, continued bullish price action to the upside, okay? So I've roughly sketched out what we want to see. We want to see the 200 simple moving average flatten out here and begin to gradually curl up. Very good to see. And then the 50 simple moving average will curl up as well at a higher rate because it represents more recent price data that's been increasing in action and increasing in value, okay? It's going to increase to a sharper degree and it'll cross the 200 SMA. The other thing I've drawn out with the black bars here, the point to take away from this is not that CBG is saying we're going to, hit a resistance at around 48,000 and come back down to 41. That's not what to take away from this. The whole point is that this is a volatile asset. So what we could see is we could break out above the ascending triangle, back test around the 200 SMA, and then continue price movement up, okay? Please keep this in mind. So chart number one that is very, very important to keep an eye on is the 12-hour chart. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know that once we get bullish momentum within smaller time frame charts, okay, lower time frame charts, it then, as long as it is sustained, it bleeds over into the higher time frame charts. What do I mean by this? Well, if we see, for example, a golden cross on the 12-hour chart, okay, as long as bullish momentum continues on the 12-hour chart, that's going to bleed over into the one-day chart. We'll see a golden cross there. That bullish momentum will bleed into the 3-day, the 1 week, the 1 month, the 3 month, the 6 month, okay? I think you get the point at this point, hopefully. So before we get to the last chart we're going to take a look at, which is the second chart, higher time frame chart, please drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon because it's going to help me out so I can create continued content. All right. And it spreads it throughout the cryptoverse. Crypto's verse? Okay. Crypto universe. All right. This is an ascending triangle. I have shared this relentlessly on Twitter and YouTube. This is on the weekly view on Bitcoin. As bullish momentum picks up on the 12-hour time frame, it's going to lead to continued price movements up and up and up, and we're going to retest this $66,000 to $69,000 area of resistance. What did I say earlier in the TA video? This is a ceiling. The more we interact with the ceiling, we're hitting it. The candlesticks are smashing the ceiling. The ceiling's going to cave in. Price will eventually break up, most likely, okay? potentially backtest as support, and continue moving up. I'm showing you what the ascending triangle looks like here with the ceiling and the higher lows. We've looked at this before. There's a couple things to point out on this chart. I shared this on Twitter. Didn't post this out here to get a lot of likes and feed into euphoria or anything. There is a point behind this chart. There's a couple different points that I wanted to clarify, okay? First off, the red arrow is the technical target. So if this ascending triangle plays out in the most likely direction, which is up, then what we could expect is we could expect a price level of around $150,000 to be reached, okay? Don't pay attention to the time frame. I have the 5th of December. It's arbitrary. It could be October. It could be January. Who knows, okay? Timing is not important. It's more important to understand the price data and the likely direction of price, okay? Let's not focus on timing of things. The other thing to point out in this chart, there's a couple things. The other thing to point out in this chart is you'll see I have these orange bars for a theoretical price movement. Why am I showing price going all the way up to around 220, 230,000? Because historically, when we've entered the final wave of a crypto bull cycle, prices have typically gone higher than most people have thought. And we've entered a stage of euphoria. We've entered true bubble mania phase. This causes prices, just going on history, it causes prices to hit price levels that are higher than technical targets suggest, okay? So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that even though the technical target is 150, we could go much higher than 150. That's what I'm attempting to show here. Now, don't get me wrong, the technical target also doesn't have to play out in the other way, okay? We could undershoot 150. I personally do not think we're going to undershoot 150, but we could undershoot it and hit 120 or 110. It's very possible. The other thing that I wanted to point out here, again, and it speaks to volatility, don't expect this thing to go in a vertical line. Okay, price does not go in a vertical line. We have movements up, we have pullbacks, we create support at prior areas of resistance. We like to turn it into support, which is very bullish. We move up, we pull back, and we continue to move up, okay? So that's what I'm attempting to illustrate here. So again, look at the 12-hour chart. If you haven't watched the other two videos, link in the description. Watch the 12-hour chart. Candle body closes above the 200 SMA, and then we want that golden cross. Once we can check both those boxes, statistically speaking, we can feel very confident that we're going to see a lot of bullish momentum pick up in the market. And then this is going to bleed over into this higher time frame with this macro ascending triangle, which has a most likely direction of breaking up. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell icon, and until next time, spread awareness, carry the education forward.
I know a gentleman that's going to be a big part of an upcoming card is this man. What was that?
Happened so fast you can't even talk about it. Lucky person you out there somewhere is gonna win financial freedom with that silver crown Rolls Royce. What a lucky person. And crypto bears, if you get into the ring with the heavyweight champion of the crypto sphere, yeah, the CryptoBullGod, and you escape with your life, you are a lucky person, yeah, and that's what they're gonna be calling you. Because comparatively speaking to the CryptoBullGod, you are nothing but garbage. Yeah, nothing but garbage, crypto teddy bears. And I'm talking inevitable. I'm talking you can't hold the bearish technicals. Yeah, now. Gene Oakland, right here is a crying towel. And I want you to give that to the crypto teddy bears. Because things are just popping right now. Yeah, things are starting to cultivate. Things are starting to grow. Things are starting to get real colorful. Just like the silver crown Rolls Royce. Top of the line!
Wait a minute.
Crypto bears, comparatively speaking, you were like a grain of sand in the Sahara Desert, yeah. And I am the entire desert! And I am the heavyweight champion. Don't bet against me. Don't lose your life. No, don't chance your life. The CryptoBullGod is ice in the champagne right now because the time is getting near.
Champagne?
Champagne!
What kind?
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. No, nothing matters. No. Nothing matters now but this last euphoric leg to the heavens above, yeah. Oh yeah, crypto bears, climb into the garbage. Climb into the garbage can, cause comparatively speaking, fucking you are nothing but garbage.